Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Great League teams submitted from Nerf Rampardos. I guess I forgot to put the ELO, but I guess they're already legend, even though that's 2600. So let me put that. But basically, as you're gonna see, Shadow Magnezone, Shadow Gallade, and Menchao. And basically, someone was using Menchao in a video, like went against one of the videos, a user submitted video, and one of the matchups was against Menchao. So I just like was like, what the heck is this garbage? And so Agus mentioned in the Discord, link in the description if you want to join the Discord, that you are a Menchao doubter. So I felt compelled to see for myself where it could perform. Almost all my wins are courtesy of Magnezone and Gallade Core being decent anti-meta right now, and no thanks to Menchao, but it was able to do a few things. I did leave out 3 losses to Talonflame, Clodsire leads, which are near impossible for the team. So it's a terrible team. But so Menchao is just very, I forget what its stats are, but it's not a good Pokemon. Force Palm is a decent move, but then like a non-stab Brutal Swing and Brick Break as their best move is not great, right? So that combo there already is bad with probably bad stat products. Gallade and Magnezone, they said, sweeps a lot of teams. And I guess you have a decent amount of rollout users, a decent amount of like ice users like Dugong for Alligator, and then you're going to have problems with Clodsire, which I guess Psycho Cut Leaf Blade can maybe do okay against. So let's take a look at the battles. Magnezone into Dunsparce, right? So here's your rollout user. This rollout user does have Drill Run. So instant swapping into Gallade just to be met with Talonflame, and I guess this team is a double fighter in the back, so you do need to draw out a fairy or a flyer. So drew out the flyer. That flyer is fire, so you'll get a Volt Switch through, but it will land a move which you will probably have to shield. No, I'm gonna trust that it's Flying Brave Bird. Okay, it is Fly. So resisted. Now I'm going to instant swap back into the Menchao and met with an Azumarill in the back. So we have Brick Break, which is not a great hitting move, but it does lower your opponent's defense. And so this is where I think this Pokemon's just going to try to do something. But as you can see, the bubbles are really adding up. So I have to shield an Ice Beam. It's not great when the bubbles from an Azumarill are adding up on you. So getting to another Brick Break, CMPing on the move. So this will take you out, but their defense is so lower that it's probably just like 2 Volt Switches to take this out. And they will not allow you to, kind of heads up, just not letting you get that extra farm for no reason. They bait a Rock Slide even though they're the same energy. Okay, so throw Drill Run there because they're both the same energy. Does one shot, and now they're pretty low. Going for the Mirror Shot, if you have 2 moves, it makes sense. If you only have 1, it does not make sense. It does. Oh yeah, 2 moves. Even has a Wild Charge, but just throws the resisted move. I mean, it's neutral because they're half fairy, so this is actually a neutral Mirror Shot. Half fairy, half water. Water resists. Fairy takes super effective. Magnezone, so bad lead. Gallade is okay as an answer. Counter resisted. Night Slashes will be neutral. And they try and catch on a Carbink, and they do catch on a Carbink, and they just catch a super effective Leaf Blade. So that is super effective. These Rock Throws are resisted because Gallade is half fighting. So this is going to be a pretty easy Gallade answer here. The second one does not take them out. We're going to throw the third one right away just to force that shield or take switch. And they do shield, and now I imagine that shielding back and just Psycho Cutting down is an option. But going to let the resisted move go. You could just come Menchao. No, going to come Magnezone, take those resisted Rock Throws. And now getting into Menchao, catching a move. Hopefully it's a Night Slash that's resisted. Still don't want to even think about taking a move. This Pokemon must be really rough. And speaking about rough, there is your Clodsire in the back as a poison, which is now going to cause the remainder of this team a lot of problems. So looks like the strategy is to throw a resisted Brick Break first to lower their defense. And then let's see if we just go double Brutal Swing here. Yeah, so we're going to go Brutal Swing to try and do a neutral chip. Again, very attack heavy Pokemon. They do get another move off, but you do take them to the red, so maybe, and their defense is lowered by, so maybe you can Volt Switch down. They will not allow you to. Out comes the Obstagoon with a shield advantage. Going for the Mirror Shot. Grab the shield. Got to take him out because he's counters riding up. Now, if they have Poison Sting, that is also resisted, but you are very low. But do manage to get to the Mirror Shot. Shadow Magnezone. Doing great so far in these matchups. So, Ariados, good lead, right? Poison, Bug, Grass, still staying in though. So you can take any move. It'll hurt still because you are a Magnezone, but only takes you to 50%. Can you take a draw one? Let me see one move on this Pokemon. Yes, barely, but you can. Going for the Brutal Swing as opposed to the Brick Break. I guess 4-3-4-3 is quicker than 4-4-4-4. See, these moves are very helpful. I was like, why throwing Brutal Swing? Because Brutal Swing seems to be the shorter energy move. So that is great. Probably back into Magnezone. Have a move. Gonna throw the move, force a shield, or just take this out, and we'll see what's in the back. They are not allowing you to, which means they're pretty weak to this in the back, so might be worth shielding. Gonna lunge you first, but yeah. Aurorus. So going with the neutral Wild Charge over the super effective Mirror Shot. Steel would have been super effective on the ice and the rock. Would Mirror Shot be double super effective here? Yeah, I think Mirror Shot would have been double super effective there. I know it's a bad move, but still double super effective. Nothing to... But Wild Charge probably still hurts more? I don't even know. Honestly, I'll look it up after. Going for the full Wild Charge down. They come and try and snipe, so going to Wild Charge this. Real overkill here. And then Volt Switch down, or do we have a move? Did they leg out? What is happening? They are out of here. Bastion's a good lead. Out comes... Oof. Yeah, this is... You almost need to stay here. Yeah, we have two fighters in the back, and you do not have an answer in the back to this. So they do not shield a move. I would be surprised if you did not shield. Yeah, you have to shield this, and you have to... I don't even care about keeping switch, but you cannot let your back Pokemon see this. So do go down, but with a shield advantage. Sorry, you do go down to shield, but with switch advantage. Looks like you're instant swapping and hit with the second ghost. I think they kind of realized if you're staying in with Magnezone and not getting out, you probably are having trouble against ghosts in the back. And they are just going to commit to the farm down. You get to another move. This may grab a shield, but this thing is loaded. Double Ghost, an old school team that I have not seen this season yet. Sableye Trevenant, Double Ghost team is a very old team, a very strong team. So going to get a shield from you, shield him because you may get one back, but this thing is still loaded. I'd be very surprised if it did not shield. And they give up switch, which is insane. What are they doing? Finding the lose con. So now with a Brutal Swing, it looks like we have back-to-back here. And back-to-back Brutal Swings, what a bad play. With so much energy advantage too. Not keeping track of it, getting scared, getting out. Not the right play. Okay, terrible lead. Ooh. This is rough. But, so I get that GALLADE is so hard hitting. that even in resistant matchups here that you can grab shield. So I guess it makes sense as a safe swap. I feel like Brick Break and Brutal Swing. No, maybe they would not have more. I was going to say has more play, but probably not. Like against like a Azumarill, you just be walled. So at least with Gallade, you can kind of hit some stuff. So out's going to come to Diggersby. Toxapex. Yeah, this was pretty rough. These poison jabs are really adding up. Brutal Swing's probably not going to do much. But we will shield a Brine because we have to. Because this thing is getting absolutely ripped to shreds with the poison jabs already. So that does nothing. Yeah, non-stab Brutal Swing is not cutting it for how glassy this Pokemon is. I stick by my "this is garbage" comment. Get to another move though, so that's cool, I guess. But they just let it go. Gonna come Diggersby with a shield advantage against the Magnezone. Wild Charge is double resisted. So this is not going to do much at all. They're going to just let this go. Yeah, this game's over. I would never, ever run a team. Even if the 3 Pokemon make sense, I would never run a team this like glassy and attack heavy. So got the Talonflame out. Going to get to 2 close combats and 2 will take out for sure. So you're probably going to get a shield here. Yeah, and they end up shielding right away. Just going 1 and doing that because if they went 2 Psycho Cuts, then that Incinerate registers and you probably get taken out. So you can only throw 1 Psycho Cut there. So for those of you who do not understand what I just said, Gallade was 1 Incinerate from being taken out. And Psycho Cut is a 2-turn move and Incinerate is a 5-turn move. So Nerf Rampardos here through 1 Psycho Cut and then close combat, because if they were to throw 2 Psycho Cuts, that would be 4, and by the time they tried to register that close combat, that Incinerate would have registered on you and you would have fainted before you got to close combat. So to sort of maximize your energy and be able to get the move offs, 1 Psycho Cut, a 2-turn move, and then a close combat. And again, just testing and just believing that the Talonflame will not have a fire move, or just saying we got to sweep with this thing anyways. So we have a 2v1 shield advantage, but in the back is a Clodsire, which seems to have Sludge Bomb because that came pretty fast. Oh no, Stone Edge. Okay, I mean, who's counting? Getting off a Brutal Swing, but this obviously is not going to do much. They do shield though, knowing that I guess Force Palm is just going to rip through Pangoro. So shielding, hoping to get, they need to get 2 moves off to take you out. You know what? You're not going to take this out with a Brutal Swing. So they're going to be able to take you out, I think. They tried to catch, going to Brick Break. This will take them out. And then you can go Brutal Swing, but I don't think, is Brutal Swing even enough? Red. Very attack heavy. Oh no. I think you lost with like 1 HP there. I think the 2-turn, the video cut out a little bit there. But I guarantee you were both 1 move away, and a Force Palm is a 3-turn move, and a Poison Sting is a 2-turn move, so the Poison Sting registered and took you out before you took them out. Very, very delayed there. I can't tell what happened. They looked like they delayed. You look like you stopped tapping. But then they look like they got like 3 or 4 there. So I think that was just a game stutter. Very difficult to see. Maybe they are behind on energy. So getting back-to-back mirror shots here, and then going to come Menchao to almost snipe from like 30% health. Looks like you're just gonna let this go. Ice Punch does like 80%. 1 charm. Ooh, glad we saw the charm user here. So pulled out the charm user. Gonna punish with Magnezone. This will take out. I was gonna say you can instant swap. Nope, you are locked in. It is another fairy, but at least that fairy is a Azumarill, a bubble user, which is super weak against grass, which we have. So shielding up the Ice Beam. Probably gonna throw 1 in here. And then if they're not at move, you can throw 1 more Psycho Cut in the move before they get to a move. and they try to snipe, and you're out of move. So still going to go the 1, going to go 2, and going to go close combat because you are a jerk. So close combat, taking out the Azumarill. There. So Diggersby coming out with the Toxapex. So this is going to be interesting because Psycho Cut is super effective, but it's not a hard-hitting move. You have Leaf Blade, which is neutral. But this thing is bulky, and these poison jabs are really adding up. So maybe in the one, you can you'll lose in the 1 shield close. Or we're just going to lose in the 0 shield and just come Magnezone, get a couple. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to lose in the 0 shields. We're going to come Magnezone. We're not going to wait for the switch timer thinking that we can just get out of here anyways. And they're going to be switch locked a little bit maybe. But not much. But Drapion, we like to see that because Force Palm is neutral. Brick Break will lower their defense. And I would expect a couple shield. If this is Aqua Tail, you're going to have to shield 2 here. So we'll have to shield 2, but going to just try to take that thing with 0. Yeah, 0 shield is going to be tough here. But if they don't have enough energy, you can get a Brick Break off here. Oh, they do have energy. So try to. So this is a Fire Punch, which will probably take you out. This is trying to right there. I don't know if it changes the end game here, but that was a prime example of not counting or not remembering how much energy your opponent has while also trying to maximize fast move optimization there. So if you knew that your opponent was 1 fast move away from a charge move, you need to throw that Brick Break. I'm not blaming you because I don't count, but trying to maximize your fast move because if you threw right away, they would get a 2-turn move through for 1 fast move, quick attack. But throwing the Force Palm, it'd be a 3 on you, and then they go 2 and 2, so you minimize it to 1. So try to do that, but they get to a move and take you out, which means you're going to lose this matchup very easily, as opposed to maybe lowering their defense and getting a couple mirror shots off. It would have been maybe a little closer, but I think it's still been very, very tough. Dragonite, so great lead. They'll get out into something, I would assume. No, going to... well, these Dragon Breaths are really adding up here. And you're going to have to shield here. Not forcing a shield from them earlier. You're going to have 2 mirror shots that will take out, so they probably let go and just try and go something else. They should. They do not. That's not smart. In that scenario, if you're the opponent, you have to let this move go and just try and get ahead on energy with something else, even if that's a water. Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that it's a water. You got to come and try and get ahead on that. There's a double water team. That's fine. Let them throw the move, get ahead on energy, resist the next move. You'll take some chip damage from the Volt Switch, but you can't put yourself in this situation. Anyways, Gallade on these water Pokemon. This one at least is neutral for them as a half poison. But here comes the 3rd Leaf Blade that will take out if they let this go. They do let go, which is probably smarter because they need some energy here. Coming in here to just sacrifice. I don't know if I love this because basically what you're doing is just locking your last Pokemon. I don't think it'll matter too much. It won't matter. Let's just be honest. It will not matter because this thing is a very attack-heavy Pokemon fighter against an ice. And you can lower their... I was going to say the only reason I don't like that is because you could, if you just came in Menshao and then reset. But I guess you, okay, no, what? Let me stop my thinking. My thinking was you don't want to just come in with 1 Pokemon and lose it because then you leave Menshao that's going to just have a lowered attack there. But basically what happened was the Magnezone forced that energy from Dugong, which allowed you to just basically fast move down. Had you come in Menshao first, you would have had to shield up the move, and then to reset that, you'd have to go into Magnezone, which maybe they try and fast move down and then come out with energy to take out Menshao. So maybe that's the right play. But in a general practice, I don't like doing that, leaving 1 Pokemon left against an opponent that will lower your attack or defense. Anyways, Diggersby, Gallade here, super effective. Leaf Blade, not enough to take out. Taking a Fire Punch. Out comes an Ariados. Only gonna get to 1 move. Both moves resisted. Let's make it the hard-hitting close combat. And they are shielding, which is fine. We'll get the Magnezone on this. Everything will be resisted. So Magnezone's going to come out. I don't know if you can actually Volt Switch down, because even though it's resisted, I assume these moves will start to add up, and if they lower your attack with Lunge, it's going to be a little harder. Yeah, so throw in the Wild Charge. You kind of have to. I don't even think Mirror Shot would take out from here, so we're just going to guarantee this. Wild Charge lands. Going to try an Instant Swap. So take out the rest of the Diggersby here. What's in the back? Poliwrath, so we are going to Brick Break this ASAP to take this, lower the defense, so that we can just overpower Force Palm, and they don't even shield, which is crazy. So that allows you to, like, if they shield, oh, I mean, never mind. Diggersby is very, very low, so they do not have a chance. Yeah, it's still garbage. Force Palm does hurt. Let me check one thing on this Pokemon. What is like the attack stat on this thing? 156. Holy crap. That's probably one of the highest I've seen. 156 attack with a pathetic 84 and defense and 106 stamina. Not surprising that it is terrible. Brick Break and Brutal Swing are the lowest energy moves. You do have another 40 energy move in Blaze Kick, which has better damage per energy and damage than Brick Break, but Brick Break lowers the defense, and when you're doing so much damage with Force Palm, you definitely want the Brick Break on. But yeah, probably not one Pokemon I would want to use. But thanks for the showcase. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. This afternoon, just looking over here to see my content to make sure I know where. Yeah, this is going up Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, I have my analysis on the community day, because if you saw the PV Poke rankings, Primeape is now number 2 ranked Pokemon in GBL with the new move. So I go over whether that's true or not, or whether that is bait dependent. So that will be in the afternoon, and then tomorrow's community day. And we'll go from there. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.